guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jasmine the Buffet Witch, but you already know that because it's spotlight time. What are we going to be doing this time? We're going to be talking about one of my favorite items in my collection, these shade shifters by LA Girl. Now, I'm going to do the look first, and then afterwards I'll talk about the product a little bit because I just want to get the look done, and I also can't remember a lot about the product, so this way I'll be able to, check the goodles and get all the deets. Side note, I called it the Goodles because my coworker and I, we were looking stuff up. And I was like, well, Google it, girl. And she typed in Goodle. And I was like, the hell is Goodle? She was like, it's the new site we're looking at. So now I called it the Goodle. But yeah, to get the deets on this product, I will go ahead and do that after we do the look. So let's jump into it. We are starting with the full face of Juvia's Place foundation. I'm actually using the I Am Matte and the I Am Radiant, or the I Am Magic Velvet Matte and Radiant foundation mixed together, heavily set, looking delicious. We've got Juvia's Place blushes on as well, and I'm just having a good time even though my voice just tried to clock out. The more I use this foundation, the more I love it. So today I decided to mix both of them together, and I just feel like it looks so good. Blemishes look good too. I'm so happy with my base right now. But that's not what this video is about. Let's keep it moving. The eyes are primed with what now? Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime Shade 2, okay? And we are ready to go. I'm going to use this little 9-pan palette from Morphe. This is the 9C Matte Essentials. And it looks like this. This is what we're going to use for our mattes, and the shade shifter we're going to use, of course, we have to go with my favorite one. We'll do that one first, is the shade Sunset. So let me go ahead, give you a nice swatch. I'm trying to get it like long on my finger here so you can see all the shifts. It is so beautiful. You're getting a little bit of green in this pan, pink, orange, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of gold. It is absolutely beautiful. Okay, she does all of the things and she does them well. This is my favorite shade. I do have two backups of this shade, and I do have the liquid versions that correspond with the same colors as well. I do have those, and I also have a backup of the color that would be this one, which I believe is called Druzy. And I did post on my Instagram when I first got these products, these shade shifters, and I did looks with both the eyeshadow version and the liquid. So I will try to, no, I'm not gonna attach those looks to this because who cares? We already did those. We're gonna do new ones. So I'm gonna be doing the eyeshadows and the liquids, but look at me just flapping. Let's go, let's go. So I'm gonna use this Essence brush. I'm gonna have a video on brushes coming up soon. Look out for that. But I've really been enjoying these Essence brushes. These are quite nice. And I'm thinking because of the different shifts in that shade, you can pretty much do anything. So let's just do a really basic smoked, crease situation or whatever, what have you, okay? And I think we're gonna stick with this warm shade for our transition shade. There's a hair on my face, come on now. For our transition shade, and then I might dip into one of these, or I love green, but I think we're gonna stay away from green. So I think we're gonna use this and maybe dip into these because this is actually a deep navy blue, so we might stick with that. I am wearing blue, but let's just go ahead and whack on this kind of tan, kind of camel color so we can get some gradient going. I'm just looking for something to tap off excess. Got my color switch guy here. All right. So we're just gonna pop this in the crease. And I like to do this even if the shade I'm putting here doesn't have too much pigment, because it's just nice to help the rest of the products blend. And that's essentially what your transition shade is, a transition of the shades in color and also the texture from your base to your eyeshadows, okay? So that's not really showing up because it's about the same color as my eye, or at least the way my eye looks with the Juvia's Place on there. So, but that is a-okay. Just putting that in the entire socket of the eye. And now let's move in with some color, okay? So I think, I lied. I think we're gonna do green. Are we gonna do green? We're gonna do green, okay. So we're gonna go in with that green shade, swirly swirl, tappy tap. Ooh, let's take off this mirror, get a fresh mirror. Come on now. Help me. Help me. There we go. All right, get rid of that. And we're going to pop that on the outer V. Now what I like to do when I'm using these shade shifters is give them a lot of room. Give them the spotlight, okay? Pun intended. Because they're beautiful. They're multi-chromes. They can do a lot. But it does need a little bit of an anchor. So I like to just do a basic outside color, you know, to bracket it in. I typically just do the, you know what, on this side. I don't really do halo eyes, but maybe I will this round when I use these shade shifters. So maybe we will do a halo eye in one of the looks. But for this, for the sunset shade in particular, I really just like a nice deep outer V for my matte shade, and then I just let the shade shifter sing its song, okay? I think this is one of LA Girl's best releases of last year. It just really came at a great time because I feel like a lot of brands are doing like multi-chromes. So to do a multi-duochrome, because two of them kind of feel more like duochromes, but to do this at a drugstore price point, because these were $8.99 each, it's absolutely amazing, you know. So I was extremely excited to try these when I saw them. And I knew that they were going to sell out very quickly, and they did. They were limited edition on Ulta, but they are still available on LA Girl's site, which is phenomenal. So I'm going to go back in with that first shade. I'm just going to use a new brush. And we're going to use this to just clean this up, bracket it in, kind of rally it in. What was I going to say? Oh, corral it in. Thinking about cows all of a sudden. Anyways, but yeah, something nice and simple, a nice little fade, not too much, but you know, still has a little bit of depth. I've taken my eyebrows more up and out these days, and I actually quite like them, but don't look too much, don't look too hard, because like I said, I've been having quite the time trying to get these eyebrows to look good, girls. So when I get them on, I just forget about them, and I don't try to get them angry. Just leave them alone, okay? So we just kind of pretend that they're symmetrical and that they're beautiful and we love them and we're happy. And we're gonna angle our eyeshadow out towards the edge, okay? I've also moved them up further because I wanted more eyebrow space for our highlights. And before I forget, I'm gonna highlight my brow bone with one of my little fluid eye paints from About Face. I've decided that this yellow shade is going to be for the brow bone only, because me and yellows, we just don't be getting along. Like liquid yellows, I haven't found the one that makes my heart sing. So I love a yellow or orange brow bone, so that is what she is going to do. Don't tell my husband right now that I'm rocking Packer colors. He'd be very upset. All right, so now the fun part. That's out of the way. Let's go ahead, whack this on. The texture of these are really nice and creamy. They're very soft, a slight putty-esque feel, but not exactly the same as like a Super Shock, but it does not need a base. You can add one, of course, double lock it down, but doesn't need a base, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and use like a flat shader brush, like this, quite dense, and I'm gonna load her up. What is all that racket downstairs? Come on now. And we're just going to apply her. Now, since we're placing it next to green, those green tones are really going to sing in this look. It is something that I can see more because I'm looking down. You're getting like pink, maybe orangey gold, but I'm getting a lot of green, and it's beautiful. I always like to blend it into my matte shade, and then we'll go back over that a little bit with the matte shade because I don't want to lose that. And I do like to take this quite high into the center of my eye because my eyes are just hooded enough to cause problems, but not so hooded that you would think I have hooded eyes. And I like to take that all the way into the tear duct. I'm gonna leave up here alone because we're gonna go back in with this shade and kind of shape that up. Sometimes I feel like my eyeshadow looks too blown out if I get my shimmer all the way over there. So we'll go back and clean that up. But that is the finished look. She's beautiful. I'm gonna turn this on the very tip of the brush. I'm gonna go into the shade shifter, and that's gonna go on the lower lash line. I really like to tap it off so I don't get this in my eyeball, and just pop, pop, pop. What I also really enjoy about these eyeshadows is you can wear them quite sheer, or go ahead, use a base, whether it be like just something like a glitter glue or something with actual color, and get some real impact with them. But on their own, they really do hold their own. I love these. This is my favorite purchase, eyeshadow wise, of last year. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to go back in with the green shade, and we're just going to reestablish a little bit of that outer corner. Like I said, we don't want her to get lost. We don't want her to lose her edge right there on the outer V. And that is absolutely beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, pop on some mascara, and we'll come back and pick up a lip. All right, we are back, we are done. I didn't want to think too hard about my lips, so we're just wearing Juvia's Place Sheba. I'm wearing my Ulta Beauty lipstick in Secret Passage, and we've glossed her with Juvia's Place Nubian Nude. Called it a day, we're moving on. This eye though, is she not beautiful? Look at her. Now, this feels like it's gonna forever be something that I struggle with. I don't know how to display multi-chromes, you all. I don't know how to get the cinema photography to work for me, okay? But take my word for it. It's shifty, it's glitzy, it's shiny, it's everything. And I'm having a great, great time looking at myself, okay? I love this product so much. I love this shade. I love this concept. I love multi-chromes. I love duochromes. I'm really diving full face into it, okay? It's supposed to be full force, but a full forced face. I'm loving it. It makes me excited. It makes me feel like I don't ever want to take it off, you know? And what I love about this shade in particular is there are points where it's deep and there's points where it's very light, very airy, very open. I feel like the center of my face feels very bright, very open, very awake, you know? But it still gives you that depth on the edges. And then when I turn to the side, you get a little bit of that deep green, shifts to pink and orange and gold, like a dirty gold. I love it. And I'm not really a gold girl anymore. I used to love like super bright yellowy golds. Now, I don't even want any of the golds, but I will take this. These are some of the best eyeshadows I've ever purchased. So really quick, let me go ahead and get to the LA Girl site so I can give you some deets on these, and to also let you know if these are still available. Because if you've never tried a multi-chrome, duochrome, and you want to, but you want to do like a drugstore version, you don't want to you don't want to spend a ton of money like on a bundle, like say from Odin's Eye, which currently they do have their bundles on sale for $143 and some cents. That's on sale, okay? So we're not doing any of that today, okay? So LA Girl, here we go. And let's type in, let's type in Shade Shifter. The shade shifters are still available. Now, again, I bought mine from Ulta, and I swear they were $8 at the time that I bought these last year. Currently, right now, on the LA Girl site, they are $11, but each and every one is still available. That is phenomenal. So let me just show you the shades in this one, and that way in the next videos we don't have to do that. So again, we're wearing Sunset on the eyes. She's gorgeous-tastic. And we've got the shade. This is the shade Topaz. Ooh, don't you drop these, girl. This is the shade Aura. Ooh, and Aura is more putty-like than the others. I don't know why, but she is, okay? And then my second favorite, which is the shade Jade, okay? So these are the other four shades. You know what? We gotta have them together. They're a family. Get on that pinky, girl. And there we go with Miss Sunset, okay? So those are the four absolutely gorgeous shades. We've got Sunset, we've got Jade, we've got Aura, and we've got, what's your name again? Topaz, okay? Topaz, whatever, Topaz. Beautiful. Now, remember I said two of them feel more like duochromes, and then the other two feel like multichromes. So Sunset feels like a multichrome, and Topaz feels like a multichrome. This one actually flips more up and down. I did video of them when I did these on my Instagram, and I saw the shift more on this one when I went up and down. But you can clearly see we've got purple, teal, blue, a little bit of pink on the edges. The two center ones, though, while they do flip, it's harder. What was I even saying before I burped out my entire body? The shade Aura, this one here, I don't even see a shift. I don't really see a shift on that one. Very lightly, like a touch. It's like rose gold, and then there's just a squinch of like it wants to go orange, it wants to go maybe gold, but I really don't see much of a shift on that one. And then the color Jade, it does shift blue to green, but I don't know how to get you to see it because for me, like I said, it was more of a up and down thing. And then Topaz, yeah, Topaz you can kind of see. I don't know how to do swatches, y'all. Look, that's why I said I'm doing them on my channel. But these are beautiful. They are still available, like I said, on the LA Girl site for $11 each. I think that's definitely worth it. I mean, on the grand scale of things, when it comes to duochromes and multichromes, that's quite in line with the lower end of them, and a hop and a skip towards being way better than the higher up. That didn't make any sense. But what I'm saying is, I don't want to say the word cheap. They are more affordable when it comes to multichromes and duochromes, because if you go to a site like an indie brand that does singles, they're matte singles, maybe they're shimmers, and maybe like, I don't know, satins could be like a basic price. But then if you get into those duochromes, multichromes, sometimes you're looking $15, $17, $20 per shadow. So in the grand scheme of that, these are very, very affordable, and I think a great place to start if you don't really like to do indie makeup. I know indie makeup for me is not, it's like I want to get into it, but I don't like the uncertainty of return policies. I don't really like doing pre-orders. So for me, it's a little bit, so this was a great, great turnout for me, a great purchase, a great find. I'm super happy. P.S. Sorry about the noise, but the windows are open because it's a gloomy-ish kind of mix. It's bright, but it's gloomy and moody, and it's cool. It's my favorite type of weather, okay? Winter is on her way, and I can't wait for her to get her, okay? They also still have the liquid versions, and those are called Shade Shifter Duochrome Eye Color. These are called eyeshadow, okay? So those are still available, and it looks like all the shades of that are available as well. So we will be doing those later on. But thank you so much for coming to my channel. It's been me, Jasmine the Buffet Witch, and you already know that because we've been burping in your face and flipping and flapping our gums and talking way too much and way too fast. That's what we do here on the buffet. But I will see you in the next video, which is going to be very, very soon. Until then, drink your waters, take your vitamins, check out your collection, see if you can find any hiding duos and multis. Because sometimes you'll get a palette and you haven't touched every single shade, and then you're like, oh, there are a few from Juvia's Place. I was like, I had this whole time and didn't even know. I didn't even know, girl. But I will see you later. Take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye.